When it comes to your website's homepage, first impressions are everything. It's a gateway to your business, and it can make or break a customer's decision to explore your business more and potentially become your client. In this video, we'll discuss the important elements that you need to create an engaging homepage that hopefully converts users into clients. Now, to help you demonstrate all of these elements, I've created a conceptual homepage for a business that niches in coaching people on time management and productivity. Why this niche? Well, time management and productivity is something that I'm very interested in. For me personally, I used to be a master procrastinator, but over the last couple of years, I've now become a die-hard optimizer. This came about by managing my time and prioritizing what's important to me. So I thought to myself, let's do a case study around this niche. So for our business, I'm going to call it TimeWise Consultants. Yes, that is something a little bit cliche, but yeah, moving on. Okay, with all that said, let me show you the important elements of a homepage and tying these to our time management and productivity coaching business. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so first off the bat is your hero section. This is where you convey your message and showcase your offerings. Start off with an interesting and visually appealing hero section that introduces your business and its products and services. You need to use a concise and engaging headline supported by subtext to capture the visitor's attention. These two lines are super important to convey your value proposition to your users. Also, include a compelling call to action that encourages your visitors to take some sort of desired action. Okay, so we have the hero section right here. When someone wants to become more productive, what they're trying to say is that they want to take control. And this is why we've kind of highlighted the text here. We've used that in conjunction with an emotion like shouting, because if you ever finish all of your tasks on your to-do list, it's just a sense of joy. And usually I like to shout. So it's just that an emotion tying it to the emotion of excitement. We use words like proven and practical techniques to help build that sense of trust. Then in the illustration here, we've got a to-do list being ticked off with this really subtle arrow that leads to the end result of a picture of a woman shouting. And then to finish off the hero section, we've added the strong call to action with the use of the pink to make it stand out, and the words expert, going back to building that sense of trust. Okay, next is your problem solution section. This is where you can address the customer's concerns and provide some solutions. You need to highlight some common customer pain points and show how your business can solve them. This is where you need to clearly communicate the benefits and value your business offers, and where you can use visuals such as images and videos to enhance the understanding of your solutions. Okay, so within this intro section, we say the end results for the clients. These words like streamline your schedule, optimize task prioritization, and accomplish more. These are problems that people who need this kind of service need. Also, this is supplemented by the words achieve peak efficiency, reduce stress, and maximize productivity, which fundamentally goes down to the feeling associated with productivity and time management. Then you'll see this is actually a perfect segue into the how, which is broken up into the key 4 services on how we achieve this. Essentially, this is the solution part. Now, the key thing is you don't want to overwhelm the user by going in too much detail. So instead, we've set concisely on how we're going to achieve this. If the client wants more detail, then they can click on the Explore More button, which will lead them to the services page. And this is where you can get more granular with the information. Then just skipping ahead for a bit, and if we scroll down, you'll see that we've gone a step further by preempting all of the common questions asked by someone who would want to engage with a productivity coach by including this FAQ section or frequently asked questions section. Okay, next is your navigation. The key rule here is to keep it simple and user-friendly. Ensure your navigation is familiar and easy to use. I would say limit the number of links to 3 to 4 to avoid overwhelming visitors. And if you do have a lot of services which you want to break up into separate pages, then put these as sub-pages under a main page. The main goal is to make it easy and effortless for visitors to find the information they need. So you can see right here at the top, we've got our main navigation where we've just used the top level pages so it's not overwhelming for the user. Like I said before, you want to keep it simple and easy to use. And of course, if you want to if you have a lot of pages, you can actually make them sub pages under the parent. So let's just use the services section right here. You can see that we've essentially got 4 key services, which we may want to break out into separate pages. So instead of putting all 4 of these key services just at top level within the top navigation, you can actually have them within sub pages or sub items within this services navigation item right here. And then you'll see later on that we've added another navigation within the footer, which we'll go through a little bit later. Okay, next up is visuals and videos. Use these to engage visitors and keep them on your page. Use visually appealing graphics and images to enhance the overall appeal of your homepage. For people who want to go a step further in providing a great customer experience, I would say incorporate short videos that support your content and maybe include some cool and funky animations just to keep the user interaction and engagement. Okay, so now let's look at the visuals we use in this homepage. And we've already gone through the hero section, so let's focus on the other images used on the rest of the homepage. So you can see right here in this section, we've got the person on the left being productive on his tablet, but still smiling. So this gives us a depiction that you can be productive and not stressed at the same time. Then the person on the right here gives a sense of accomplishment. So that's the feeling that you get once you're being productive, I guess. Then if we go down to the services section, you can see we've used icons to give a great visual representation of each of the key services. And then if you keep going down, you can see that we've got a picture of happy people here to depict the team members. And then we're tying it back to the sense of shouting. So you can see the gentleman in the middle has a megaphone like the hero section. So just to tie the visuals with common themes. The other thing I will say is, before I go to the last image, that you can see that we've muted the actual people with more of a monotone color. So this is a particular styling choice because we want the colors to stand out a little bit more. You do this typically if you don't want, for example, if you have colored t-shirts or clothing that doesn't kind of go with the theme of your branding, then this is a great idea to make the branding colors stand out a little bit more. And then finally, we've got this priorities image just to depict the heading of the productivity hacks. And then we've got a nice finishing image of a lady pointing to the last call to action, which I'll go through a little bit later, just to give a visual representation that you should get in contact. So she's pointing at the contact box. So this is a great way to finish off this homepage with this visual. Okay, branding and recognition. Place your company's logo prominently in the header for brand recognition. Ensure it is easily visible and links back to the homepage for easy accessibility. Also, I think it's very important to use consistent colors and fonts to make your website look organized. Okay, so in terms of branding, you'll see we've added a very simple logo here, nothing too fancy, which is just an icon which symbolizes time. In terms of the theme, we wanted to go with some lighter colors. The combination of green and this pink candy colors bring a unique blend of energy and as well as calmness. The vibrant green signifies liveliness and growth, while the gentle pink represents relaxation. Together, these colors create a delightful candy experience, I guess, that uplifts and soothes the mind. And that's something really important that you want with this type of business. So yes, it could be stressful managing your time, but essentially you want to make sure that you personify or exemplify the emotion that you want to achieve when being productive, which in our case, you want to be calm when being productive. Okay, so then for the layout itself, we were going for like more of a modern feel, which is packed with fun. We use a modern but simple and easy to use font. Okay, next is social proof by building trust with testimonials. You need to include a few testimonials from satisfied customers. If you only have one, that's totally fine, but put it up there. As a side note, you should be very proactive in getting these testimonials from customers and putting them onto your website. Ideally, you should have at least 3 to 4 testimonials. These should showcase the positive experience and results that they've had with your business. Use testimonials to provide social proof and build trust among potential customers. Okay, so in terms of social proof, you can see we've added this slider here. And just to add kind of that extra level, so if you have photos or even a video of a client, that is a very big plus in terms of building social proof, because not only do you have a written testimonial, you supplement the photo or video to tie to a physical human being. And the reason why we use a slider, it's totally optional. You can have it laid out, but say if you have 10 testimonials, so one, it's more interactive if you have it as a slider, and then you don't want to overcrowd the page if you have, say, like I said, 10 testimonials. It's easier just to have one and let that slide through. And again, as I say, the interaction with the slider just keeps a bit more engaging in terms of user interaction. Okay, next is one of the important elements that a lot of people miss, and that is your call to action buttons. These buttons are used to encourage visitors to take some form of action. Include clear and visually distinct call to action buttons throughout your homepage, and actually your entire site, to be honest. You should use action-oriented and concise copy to prompt visitors to take some form of desired action. So you can see here that we've added multiple call to actions buttons throughout this homepage, and that's to make sure that it's easier for the user to take action immediately. Essentially, you want to remove as much friction for the user to take action. So strategically putting these call to actions buttons throughout the homepage is very critical. So essentially what you want to do is kind of not let the user flounder around and think about what to do next. Make it easy for them. So you can see right here that we've got the call to action to speak to an expert in the hero section. Then we also got another call to action here under why work with us. And this is because let's just say that they already resonate with your value proposition in your hero section and they love the statement that you put in the why work with us. Then that makes it easy if they're already sold on those 2 points to take action and book a call with you. And then the very last call to action we've got here is the button in the contact us. And that's just the final kind of icing on the cake. So if they've gone through the homepage and they absolutely love what they've read, then this is kind of like the last piece and a very prominent piece to get them to take an action to contact you. And finally, we have your footer. This is where you can provide essential information and links. And don't overlook the information within the footer of your website. You should include contact information and important links. And this is where you can guide visitors to your social media accounts. That way, when the user hits the end of your page, they can easily navigate to other parts of your website. Okay, and finally we've got the footer section here, and you can see that we've added the same links as the main navigation above. But here's your opportunity to add some other links that are not so critical. For example, your legal pages, you can add here. And even though these legal pages aren't as important arguably as, for example, your services or about pages, they are definitely something you need for all great websites because it sets out the terms of how you do business. And with the privacy policy, which is very important in certain countries more than others, it sets out the privacy policy should set out things like what you do to protect your customers' privacy. Some of these are also legal requirements, but I won't get into that in too much detail. And there you have it. Those were the key elements of a homepage to make sure your website stands out from the crowd and leaves a lasting impression on your potential customers. To recap what we covered, have a strong hero section that conveys your message, value proposition, and showcases your offerings. Include a problem solution section that addresses customers' concerns and provides solutions. Use a simple and user-friendly navigation. Make your logo prominent and use consistent colors and fonts for effective brand recognition so people remember your business. Use visuals and videos to engage visitors and keep them on your page. Use social proof like testimonials to build trust. Use calls to action buttons throughout your site to encourage visitors to take some form of action. And finally, don't overlook your footer. This is where you can provide essential information and links. And remember, seeking professional help from a team of experts can make a significant difference in creating an impactful homepage. Okay, that's a wrap. If you found any value in this video, it'll be much appreciated if you can like this video and consider subscribing to my channel. Okay, see you in the next one.